Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. That is 5 years and a bunch of months of finding each other every single weekday, knowing that we'll find each other when we tune in for, thank you, Penny, broadcast 1326. Adele, it's good to see you too. Hugs back. Susie, sending love. Kate, welcome. Linda, good to see you. Arlene and Jonathan. Amy and Peter. Boker Tov, sending love to Frankfurt. Joyce, hope that you are well. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Michelle. Debbie and Sharon, Barry and Corinne. Good to see all of you. I think I might have missed one person, and don't want to miss even one. Cecile and Chana. Chana, you're in Tel Aviv. Sending love to you where you are. It's good to see you, friend. Carl, you're sending love from Starbucks. I'm sending it right back. Rosa and Deborah, good to see you. Debbie and Adrian, Anya, Judy, good morning, my friend. It's good to see you. Hope that you're well. Arlene, oh, you were there. I'm sorry I wasn't able to see you person to person last night. I'll talk about that in a moment. Deborah and Kim, good to see you too. All right. Haley, good to see you. Anava, sending love. Good to see you too. Hi, Marcia. All right, friends. If I missed anyone, my apologies. My screen's jumping all over the place. Tsiona and Lydia. Shari. Boker Tov. Robin. Good to see you too. Hi, Barbara. Linda. With you. With you. Sending you strength. All right. It is broadcast 1326. And it is day 621 since October 7th. Let's take a breath. We're going to sing a bracha. We're going to learn some Torah. Here we go. Hi, Bensi. Ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ay ya la la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו לעשות בדברי תורה, לעסוק בדברי תורה, הפוך בה והפוך בה, לעסוק בדברי תורה. Da-da-la, la, la, la. Da-da-la, la, la, la. Ay-ya, la, la. All right, friends. It's good to see all of you. I love seeing the greetings. Peter, between you and Barbara from Frankfurt to New York, and Rosa's in Malta, and I know that we are all over the place. It is really, really important for us to appreciate how connected we all are. And let me use that to share a piece of Torah. I had such a nice moment with Neshama just before the broadcast began. And I said, tell me something about tzitzit, because in this week's Torah portion, we have the paragraph that we conclude the Shema with. Some of you might know, when we say the Shema, that one line, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. That comes from the book of Devarim, of Deuteronomy, but we're not there yet in our reading cycle. That's Deuteronomy chapter 6, but we are in the middle, toward the end, of the book of Bamidbar, of Numbers. And the third paragraph of the Shema that we say comes from this week's Torah portion, Shlach Lecha. And it talks about tzitzit so beautifully that we have a tradition, many of us do, that it says the word tzitzit 3 times in it. And we take our tzitzit, we wrap them around our finger, and we kiss. We look at the tzitzit, and then there's a line that says Uritemoto uzchartem, and you should see these tzitzit and remember. What is it we're called to remember? So this is some of Neshama's Torah, and I'm so grateful that I received it just in time to share it with you. Um, this parsha, while talking about tzitzit, surrounds with the uritemoto, the see it. This parsha is defined by different ways of seeing things, including when the spies go to see Eretz Yisrael, and then they are asked, "What did you see?" It's a theme, a leitmotif that keeps coming back and forth in different ways. And then we are told in the paragraph of the Shema, "Uritemoto zuchartem," see them and remember. And then it also says, "Velo taturu acharei levavchem v'acharei einechem asher atem zonim achareihem," which means, and don't be seduced by your eyes, and trust what you see. So which is it? See and remember, or don't trust what you see? So this is Neshama's Torah. You have to remember, she says, that the tzitzit, the fringes that are on the 4 corners, represent how connected we all are in the 4 corners of the world. And that's part of the traditional language. She says, when something happens in Paris, you know. When something happens in Bat Yam, you know. But it's not because you heard about it on the news, you saw a new headline. It's because your body knew. It's because when we are separated, we are still united. It's not the same, and I would never appropriate, never claim to be able to speak from the deep and hard experience of running into a ma'amad, into a shelter, over and over, as my family has, as your families have. We're all one family, as our family has. But we know in our bodies what's happening. We feel it, Neshama says, we feel it in our blood. Abraham Joshua Heschel said about the 1967 war, the 6-Day War, history and I were one. And these are those days again, my friends. I don't say it lightly. I don't say it with retrospect. I don't know how we'll feel about these days later, but I do know that we will have later. And one of the best ways to remember that, uzchartem, is to close my eyes for a minute and feel us all. This very community, for the 621 days since October 7th, has been united with Am Yisrael, with Medinat Yisrael, with the people and with the nation that we are. And for the 1,326 broadcasts, we have been connected as people. And the talit that we wear, there's a meditation, not in the Parsha, but a beautiful meditation. It's a recitation of a few verses from here and there in the Hebrew Bible, where you say, Ota or kisalma. We wear this garment like light. It is light that connects us. And I saw Arlene shared a memory a moment ago. Let me see if I can find it quickly. She said, my favorite memory of tzitzit is sitting next to my father in synagogue as a little girl and playing with his tzitzit, feeling safe. Me too. For me, it was my mom. And then I remember when I finally had my own talit, what it was to tie it around my own fingers and to feel that I was connected to something great, something strong. What I didn't truly understand, and I'm only now growing in my understanding of, is what it means to be part of Am Yisrael, to be part of something great, to be bound to something great. We are an incredible, woven people. We say when we're about to say the Shema in the morning, the phrase, V'havienu l'shalom me'arba kanfot ha'aretz, bring us in peace together. And I want to share a very special experience. Some of you were in the room, some of you were looking online, we were streaming it, and you can find it right where you are on Facebook. And if you're on Instagram, you can find UJA on Facebook or on Twitter for the link. Last night, hosted by KJ, Kila Jeshrin, in New York City, by just an astounding community. Their rabbi and their cantor, both of whom are named Chaim, which I love. Rabbi Chaim Burson, the cantor, the Chazan there, whose vision with Rabbi Steinmetz, with all of the clergy in the community, all of us, we sat on the bima, on the stage in the front of the room, all of us the entire time sitting on chairs, and we weren't there to give speeches. We were there to pray and to sing, and hundreds of people filled the room. And in the back of the synagogue, there are cutouts of the Chatufim, cutouts of the remaining 53 hostages. We had the brother-in-law of Omri, one of the remaining 53 hostages. And I closed my eyes and I saw light. We sang Achenu, we are sisters and brothers. Me'afela le'ora, we will go from darkness to light. I thought about how this fight, thank you for posting the link, Rosa, that this fight that we are in, a fight for our lives, carries the kind of power that our holidays do. It's like the book of Esther, the scroll of Esther that we read on Purim. And Purim is about an ancient people, the Persian people, who deserve freedom too. I hope, I pray, and we prayed explicitly and out loud last night that the people of Iran be free from this terrible, terrible, terrible regime who used Palestinians and made Hamas their weapon, used Hezbollah in Lebanon and made that their weapon, used the Houthis in Yemen and make that their weapon. This is Iran, but it's an ancient form of enemy, of terror. And what is that but darkness? It's not Iran that's darkness. It's the leaders who would use their weapons to hurt other people, to send ballistic missiles at civilian apartment buildings, our apartment buildings. And I was in such dire need last night to feel the connectivity that tzitzit represents, the cords that bind us. And why does it say, friends? Why does it say, V'lo tatur acharei levavechem, don't follow your eyes? Because when all I see in front of me is the headlines, and I have another screen open in front of me, it's hard. It can be very hard. I'm sure that that's true for all of us. And so we prayed. We prayed. And the Chazanim sang with glorious harmony. And I was blessed to sit between the Chazanim and the Jewish a cappella group 613. Wow, was that such a privilege. And to feel Reform and Orthodox and Conservative and Renewal and independent rabbis and cantors have easy friendship while singing Achenu Kol Beit Yisrael. We are sisters and brothers, all the house of Israel. And feeling the hundreds of people around. And the one speech that was given was by he's not a rabbi, but he is my Rebbe in so many ways, the CEO of UJA, Eric Goldstein, whose face shows where our people is. Always. If you know him, you know exactly what I mean. He has family, children, and grandchildren in Israel. He spoke from his heart, representing all of us in prayers for strength, prayers for peace, and perhaps even for a redefined world where the threat of Iran could be neutralized. I don't say this because I relish the violence it will take. God forbid. But we need to be strong, and we don't want to be strong at anyone. We want everyone to be strong. And that extends the idea of the tzitzit even further. Because it's not enough. We don't have this yet, but it still wouldn't be enough if we accomplished it for Jews to be one and safe. No, all people need to be surrounded by that light. We're all created in the image of God. And these last 621 days have made it hard to extend concern beyond the very threatened community that is our family. But we know that the purpose for being strong is so that we can be a blessing. That's what God called Avraham to be. We were called Veheye Bracha, be a blessing. That's what we want to be. Last night I felt it stirring again. The possibilities of that. The strength we deserve. The strength we will use to help others. We sang last night Kol Ha'olam Kulo, famous words from Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav. And I actually taught them yesterday here too. Let me say them again. Because the actual phrase is not what's in the song. Rav Nachman of Bratslav, one of the greatest Hasidic Rebbes of all time, said, Ki tzarich kol adam, every human being has to, lavor al gesher tsar me'od me'od. We all have to cross a very, very narrow bridge. Every human being does. That's what life demands. Might not be fair, but it is real. And to say anything else would be to deceive ourselves, to make promises we know we can't keep, to expect something from the world that it has never really offered. Paul Simon said this really well, that I don't know a dream that's not been shattered. I don't know a soul who feels at ease. That's not how life works. So the first part of Rav Nachman's teaching is every person has to cross a very, very narrow bridge. Va'ikar, but the most important thing is lo lehit pached klal. It's not don't be afraid. I said this yesterday, I want to say it again. That's not the teaching. Surround yourself with light so that you can face the things that make us afraid. Remember how connected you are and close your eyes so you can see beyond your immediate circumstance. When you kiss the tzitzit, and then I have the tradition, I don't know if anyone else does, when you say Uritem otos chartem, it's and see them and remember. My eyes have to be closed to kiss that tzitzit. What a blessing it is to close your eyes and see beyond what's immediate. Don't be deceived by the partial vision of the immediate. See all the way into infinity and feel connected with all people everywhere. That's the way it should be. So I wish that for us. I wish that for you. I am so grateful to my colleagues, rabbis and cantors in New York City. I'm so grateful to be part of UJA. Last night was holy and life-affirming, beautiful, musical, and important. I'm so grateful to you because we get to share it. We get to share this. I hope that you will take the time to watch the video of last night. I don't know that it will capture the majesty of it, but if it captures even a fraction, that's enough. It'll make you feel better. Let's make sure that we don't only see the immediate headlines and we say what Arlene just reminded us again. Bring them home now. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to be part of this healing energy. And in moments like this, it's really, really important that we generate even more of it. So take a breath, friends. Take a breath. We're going to sing Hatikva, but first we're going to say a prayer for the state of Israel. I ask you, friends, to close your eyes for a second. See the world as it could be. Give your heart the strength it needs so that you can help it get there. A prayer for the state of Israel. Avinu Shabashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'Goalo, Barech ed Medinat Yisrael Reshit Tzmichat Gulatenu, Hagein aleh be'evrat chastecha, Ufros aleh sukat shlomecha, Ushlach orcha v'mitcha l'rashea sareh v'yotzea, V'taknem be'etzah tova milfanecha. Chazek ed yidei miginei eretz kodshenu, v'anchilem Eloheinu Yeshua, v'ateret nitzachon ta'atrem, v'natata shalom ba'aretz, v'simchat olam leoshvea, v'nomar amen. Let's sing. Send your hearts to the east. Say in your hearts before we sing, bring them home now. Say it. Kol hod balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia od lo avda tikvateinu התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון Virushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, my friends.